What's up, fellas? Norddoom here, playing some more Cards and Castles. I'm on my alternate account, Blight, playing my Commons, Rares, Warlock, Ninjas deck. So in this video, we're going to be looking at the deck and seeing what we might alter to revamp it. Currently, it's version 4.0. This is going to be version 5.0 of the deck. So, I'm not sure if this is going to get to rank 1. We shall see about that. But I'm going to play it for a little bit longer. I definitely think I could continue grinding, and as long as I maintain a positive win rate, then I will hit rank 1, but not sure how long that'll take. But we're going with this suicide strategy that we're going right now. So I came up with a name for this deck, calling it Peasant, because in Magic that I used to play, there were two formats. They were mostly player formats. I don't know if they're a little bit more official now. One was called Peasant, where it's all commons plus 5 rares. And the format I used to enjoy playing was Pauper, where it was all commons altogether. Only commons. So I'm going to call this Peasant Suicide Bomber. Oops. So this is our Suicide Bomber deck, guys. We're running in there. So, let me just see if the name changed. Yep, it did. Okay, so one thing that I learned from this deck so far, and I'm planning when I'm finished, I will do a recap of this deck and how to, maybe some strategies on playing it. But one thing I came to see in the last 10 games that we played was the priority of the cards. Getting units is the first priority. After that, getting the movement speed buffs is second priority. Then third is the AoE spells. Of course, if we walk up to the castle without getting movement speed, then AoE spells we can use before then. But in general, that's kind of like the priority of how I want to draw the cards. So if I start off without any units, then I'm kind of screwed. So I'm planning on making 2 changes to this deck right now. I don't know if these are good changes. First, let me talk about the cards that I swapped in. So Soulless Lantern, I'm not 100% sure about this card yet, but I'm going to leave him in for now. Spirit Drake, I think this card is not good. However, in this deck, this has been pretty solid for us. It's been working out. Because the idea is we want to be able to sneak past everything, get up to the castle, and then attack it. And keeping it stealthed, make sure it doesn't get taken out by any spells or range units, and then we play a movement speed buff, and we're able to run up to the castle. What I would change in this card to make it better, not just for our deck in general, instead of 3-3, I would keep it as 4-2, because it's stealthed and it has 4 movement, so there should be a reason why it's stealthed. If it only has 2 toughness, then stealth makes complete sense. And if it has 4 attack, then this guy can trade with some better things. Like, for example, it can take out a Berserker, can take out Master at Arms, can take out a few other things like that. So I would make this a 4-2. But whatever. And even if 4-2 is too powerful, I would still make it like a 4-1 at least. And then it can still do those same things. But now it also dies to things like Chaotic Storm and stuff like that. Okay. So these 2 changes I'm about to make are going to be questionable, and I might go back in another game or 2 and just undo the changes. First change I'm going to make is Tag Team. So Tag Team, how I've been playing this card is, ideally I want to have a Dark Spirit or a Fire Drake in my hand, and I tag team out a unit and I put in one of these 2 units. And maybe that unit, even the Dark Spirit or Fire Drake's already in play, and those are the 2 units that I tag team out and tag back in. I like the +2 damage here. The reason why I'm taking it out is sometimes it gets a little bit clunky. If I'm just using it as pure movement speed, then I have to wait until I have enough gold. Let's say I play like Spirit Drake, run up, tag team him out, play Spirit Drake again. That's already 6 gold. And I run up, hit the castle, but then if I want to use AoE spell, then I need more gold, which means I can't do it sooner. So instead of tag team, I'm going to take it out for now, and I'm going to add in Swiftness. I don't know if this is good or not, but I'm putting in Swiftness for kind of same reason I have Dark Bolt. I want to draw more cards. So this deck has turned out to be like combo burst, which means that I want to play my combo cards. I want to play my movement speed to run up in there, and then my AoE cards to destroy everything. That's why it's called Suicide Bomber, because I'm running in, blowing stuff up. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Headless Horseman. So this guy has built-in charge, which is awesome, and we've used it quite often late game, but I want to see if I take out Headless Horseman, if I can win before I need to play him. Basically, the time when I play him is when I have 9 gold, play Headless Horseman and Darkfire at the same turn to deal ideally 10 damage to the castle, but sometimes might only be 7. And this might be a bad decision that I might regret. I'm going to try this card, Stance of the Swift Mantis. So similar to Lunge and Adrenaline Rush, Stance of the Swift Mantis will help us run in. So this is how I'm looking at the cards now. I have 12 units, which is pretty low. But units are my first priority. Second is movement speed. So I'm going to count Adrenaline Rush, Lunge, and Stance of the Swift Mantis, these 3 cards, as my movement speed cards. They each cost 1, and there's 6 of them. Then I'm going to look at my AoE cards. So I have Fire Whirls here, I have Mark of Detonation, and I have Darkfire. So actually, Mark of Detonation, I'll just mention, I've come to enjoy playing this card, especially with Grotesque Offering, because Grotesque Offering lets me control when the unit dies. And if I play it on a low health or low damage unit, along with the 5 damage discard deals plus the attack of the other unit, it helps me trade up and destroy bigger units, and hopefully at the same time get some splash damage in on the castle. The only thing I'm not sure about that play is if it's worth sacrificing the damage to take out a unit, like the attack damage, rather than attacking the castle directly. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then the 4th type of card that I have is the drawing cards. So I already showcased Grotesque Offering. Dark Bolt we're counting as a draw card, and it does something, deals 2 damage. Swiftness we're counting as a draw card here as well. And it helps to smooth out the movement. And the interesting thing is, Swiftness is 1 movement, Lunge is 2 movement, Stance is 3 movement, Adrenaline Rush is 4 movement. So this is either really good or really bad. So this is the 5.0 version of this deck. It's called the Suicide Bomber, Peasant Suicide Bomber. It's my all Commons and Rares Warlock Ninja deck. I'll see you guys in the next video, and we're going to play some more games and see if we can keep on ranking up.